The sky over Los Angeles turned a foreboding orange as wildfires raged across the dry hills. Smoke billowed into the atmosphere, casting a hazy gloom over the sprawling city. Sarah stood on her balcony, staring at the distant flames creeping closer. She had lived in LA her entire life, but each fire season seemed to grow worse, more relentless. This year was different, though. The fire, named the Horizon Blaze, had already forced thousands to evacuate, and Sarah feared her neighborhood might be next. The emergency alerts on her phone buzzed constantly, updates about the fire's spread, evacuation zones, and warnings of poor air quality. "Mom, we need to pack," Sarah said, her voice shaky. Her mother, an artist, hesitated, clutching a photo album filled with family memories. "What do we take? What do we leave behind?" her mother whispered, her eyes glistening. Sarah didn't have an answer. She looked around their small apartment, overwhelmed by the weight of deciding which fragments of their life could fit into a car. As night fell, the fire's glow illuminated the horizon like a sinister sunrise. Firefighters worked tirelessly to create containment lines, their silhouettes visible against the fiery backdrop. The city came together in small acts of kindness. Neighbors offered shelter, volunteers brought food to evacuation centers, and online communities shared resources. Sarah and her mother eventually packed their essentials, including the photo album, and drove to safety. They watched from a distant hilltop as the fire consumed the edges of their neighborhood, uncertain of what they would return to. Days later, the fire was finally contained. Their apartment was miraculously untouched, but the scars left on the land and in their hearts were undeniable. Despite the devastation, Sarah saw hope in the resilience of her community. People planted trees, raised funds for those who had lost their homes, and pledged to combat the causes of these ever-worsening fires.